I sip wine, kick my feet up when I get tired. And as I recline, take another sip, let my thoughts unwind. Sipping and spilling it. Sipping and spilling the tea. Sipping and spilling it.
What is poppin', everyone?
What's poppin'?
How you niggas doing?
I'm missing Sammy, y'all. This bitch has been MIA.
She's been gone for a while.
It feel like it, and I feel like, I feel like at least I talk to you once a week, but you've been so busy, it's like I talk to you on your time. And I was like, where's my friend at?
I've just been taking trips back to back.
Exactly. And it's like, you want to respect people on trips because it's like, when you out of town, do you really ever really be on your phone?
Not really.
It doesn't matter if you're out of the country or if you're just domestically. You're never really on your phone unless you're just posting and say, oh yeah, bitch, I ain't in town. You see me? So I came in here today, y'all like, hey, beautiful. And she was like, hey. And I'm like, I'm tired of the disrespect. Sammy, no, I want the energy. I've been telling her this since season 1.
Season 1, and still 3 years later.
She gives me the same energy, and I'm sick.
And guess what that means? That this is who I am as a person.
That means she don't love me, y'all. That means that she's not taking the extra precautions to give the energy to the energy source.
I don't have the energy. Y'all know I was on a plane. I was in Denver this morning.
These are choices that you made yourself.
I was in Denver this morning. After that, I went and did laundry.
You knew.
And I still made sure I came here to take care of motherfucking business and do the show.
Okay, but I'm saying, if you not seeing me for 2 motherfucking weeks, bitch, when I say, what's up, beautiful, you like, what's up, my fine ass bitch?
That's her way of saying that she wants a hug. So let me come give me a motherfucking hug, talk to her motherfucking mic, give her some love, because that's just her being a brat. You know when you want some dick, and you just being mean to a nigga because he wants some dick? That's Omri. Omri wants some pussy. So, hello.
Well, thank you for my crumb of pussy. That's literally all you gave me. Just a crumb.
Just a crumb.
Let's get into some motherfucking. Let's talk about some crumb bitches.
Let's talk about some bitches for real, because you know what? I respect the hustle. I respect hairstylists. I know what you do is a lot of work, and sometimes I do my own hair, and that bitch be taking a while too. It's a lot of work.
Facts.
But sometimes I feel like you hairstylists just be doing the fucking most, and I feel like sometimes it's just at a disrespectful level. Like there's this one hairstyle. I don't understand hairstylists that charge you more because your hair is longer and thick. Why you charging me more because I got good hair?
Because they got to take longer. That's why.
But we would never got charged for when our hair was longer and thick before. What are these new charges? It's like the new charges for me.
It's the new charges. It's the not washing hair. It's not the detangling. Yeah. They don't want to do anything but the hair.
And the thing is, even if you feel like you should be paid to do it, add it to the price.
Facts.
Just do it. And people will pay just to get it done. I don't understand the whole...
There are some stylists that do that, though.
There are some, but most of them don't. They want you to come with your hair either
washed and blow-dried.
Some of them are going to the next level, say they want you to straighten. Like, those people, I'm like, you want me to straighten my hair too after blow-drying it? Like, come on, sis.
And then you want me to pay you $300 after the fact?
To do it?
I think that what we're trying to get to is, for the stylist styling, y'all are charging too much for us to be y'all's actual assistant. Y'all should just hire some fucking assistants to take the bitch work off of it. And let's talk about how someone will get our hair done and we're in the fucking salon for like hours for a style that literally takes 2 hours.
Sometimes you get your hair done and you don't like it. So there was this video that we saw of this girl who got her hair done, right? And she didn't want to pay for it because it was ugly. And it was ugly.
Yeah, it was.
She did a terrible job. And the hairstylist felt like she should be paid for her time, which I understand.
Also,
she took the time to do your hair. So she's between her not wanting to pay and her feel like she'd be paid for her time, and the cops were called. How do you feel about the situation?
I feel like personally, you should not pay for what you do not like, because we're in the service industry.
Yeah.
So when someone doesn't like a drink, they'll send it back and get them something that they do like, because you're going to pay for something that you like. So also for the same for hair. So I feel like she should have said, is there anything you would like me to do differently?
Yeah.
Or there could have been an exchange where I can do a different style. Can I get some compensation for what I did do for you? It might not be at the same like price, or I can outsource, have someone come and help me, like help me help you. Right. But I feel like stylists are just like, I did it, give me my money. Right.
Right.
And it's like sometimes we are literally going in there fucking blind because we don't know if what your pictures on your Instagram is the same.
It's actually your work.
That's a fact.
Real.
Because the person that braided my hair, I didn't know she was going to do a good job. And so the price that she was charging, I was like, well, hair is included. So, So when she was done, I like reevaluated. I'm like, you know what? She did a good job. And I was like, we're going to tip on top of that. That's what happens. When you do a great job at what you do, you get tipped.
Yeah.
So
yeah, my opinion, I understand both sides. I feel like she should be compensated for her time, but also, ladies, I need y'all to speak the fuck up. You got 3 times to fuck up on my hair before I say something about it.
I feel like, yeah, why are you not checking your hair like mid-style?
Especially when you're going in blind with an artist you don't know. If I don't know this person, I'm checking my hair. With
backs.
So,
and usually most times when you're getting your hair braided and or in locks, unless it's at a house, you will buy a mirror. So you can literally look over and literally people will wait until the very fucking end. So you went through those 10 stages of grief.
Knowing it was, maybe she didn't even look at it the whole time. I don't know. Maybe she didn't even know it was ugly. It was till at the end.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if you're going in with the new hairstyles, please check your hair because I'm even with the Africans I always go to. Even when they braid 2-3 braids, I look at it, see the size I want. And if it's not, I let them know because at the end of the day, you have to pay for it.
You have to pay for it.
She wants to be paid for
and
her
I
time.
absolutely feel like she should be paid, but
not the full price.
Not the full price. I feel like you should never waste anybody's time and no one likes doing shit for free.
Yeah.
But like, speak up.
Also, if you know you can't do the work, sis, don't do it.
That's a fact. Yeah. And that happens a lot too. People want to pay, they want to charge what they not worth because they see an industry of people that are getting $600 braids. But I'm like, that's probably a 12-hour style.
Yeah.
I'm not paying $600 for no fucking braids. Ever. I'm not even paying $300.
I'm not knocking anyone who wants to charge that because you charge your price.
I'm gonna say if you are worth that, I ain't got to book. Exactly. So it's like, y'all, if you know that you never been to them and the price is already out of your range, just be precautious and take the steps that you need to take because I'm tired of seeing this shit on Instagram where y'all fighting the stylist. This is not the first time we've seen this shit.
And it won't be the last.
It's not. So y'all went through that whole fucking page because you know stylists has got like no extra people, $20 deposit, $10 after 10 minutes. Like they have all, you went through reading all that shit, but you couldn't take 10 seconds to look at your hair.
Yeah.
The problem is really you at this point, so.
You think she's a problem? I think they both were the problem because, bitch, you knew you couldn't do that hairstyle and, bitch, you know you could have said something.
Yeah. You know? But also you got to think about sometimes we want to be polite because we're like, damn, this is their artistry, so.
Yeah, but it was still not it.
Yeah.
She knew it was, she did not want to pay.
Yeah.
And I understand this because that shit was ugly.
But didn't she mess it up even more after the fact too? Because she said,
well, she started recording when she was still at the salon. So if it looked uglier after that, then I'm not sure.
Yikes, I hate that for y'all.
It was ugly. I'm sorry.
Like
you
that,
did a
baby.
terrible
I hate
job
that for
on her
you.
hair. And I understand. I completely understand why she want to pay for it because it was fucked up.
It was fucked up.
Yeah.
But you know what's not fucked up? The bitches. We're here. We're back.
And we are back at again another messy ass episode of Sip and Spill where we create conversations all while
sipping wine.
I go by the name of Thug Motherfucking Sammy.
And I'm Ambitious Chocolate Thunder Torre.
And if you haven't already, because I guess it's for our new people, because if you've been watching us in season 1, you should already have. Follow us at all social networks at The Real Sip and Spill, except Twitter, which is
Sip and Spill 1.
And give us a 5-star rating because we're some
5-star bitches.
Check out our YouTube, our Patreon, our Reels. Now that I'm back, we can do Reels this week.
We can do Reels. We can do... No, we were supposed to do tea time. What was it? Sip and review, but they didn't even leave us the weed like they said they were. We just smoked it with them, and I just can't even remember it anymore. It was 3 weeks removed.
It was 3 weeks removed.
I can't even remember weed from like tomorrow.
Girl, I can't remember that smoked an hour ago. But we have a sip and review. We send a shit and review it. Merch.
Facebook. Merch. Merch is Sip and Spill shop.
At the Real Sip and Spill shop.
Yeah, the Real Sip and Spill shop. Please shop. Fucking shop. Support Black creators, content creators. Invest in this pussy, Black-owned business. Yes. So let's get into Would You Rathers. I feel like it's been so long since we did it. So
my Would You Rather is, would you rather pee dry sand for the rest of your life?
Okay.
Or poop a big hard brick on your birthday every day for the rest of your life?
I think I can do sand, you know?
Ooh, sand?
Bitch, a brick?
Sand.
You want me to shit? You want me to shit a brick?
But you only shit a brick once
on your birthday.
You're gonna pee sand
on your birthday. On your birthday, the day of all days, you choose to shit a brick.
That's gonna be a lot of tearing on.
Do you know exactly? Exactly.
Our pee hole is gonna be non-existent.
Exactly. It's gonna be like them sassy niggas.
What? Explain.
I mean, if you shitting a brick, you expanding.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the
ass. No, your asshole.
Yeah.
And so if they're constantly taking a dick in their...
Yeah.
You know?
No, I was watching the Bad Boys Club, and he was talking about how when he takes his really big dicks, he has to prepare himself for the big dicks. So he gets a big dildo and he practices on the dildo, so he knows taking a big dick. It's already open for him.
Why is it? Hold on.
Dick.
Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I'm one of those people. Why is it that I'm okay hearing about girls having sex with girls, but when I hear guys having sex with guys, I'm like,
that don't make me cringe at all.
It makes me cringe. I don't care if y'all do it. I just don't want to hear about it.
I hear about it, see it. I'm down for that.
I mean, because you're part of the LGBT community.
I am.
You are
adjacent.
She pick and choose.
I am not.
She's the worst type of LGBT plus ally.
I'm definitely an ally, but I'm not gay.
We didn't say you're gay. You're not bi?
Mm-mm.
So what are you? You're one of those people. I don't do labels. I'm
motherfucking Sammy in this bitch, okay? And I like what I like. And I like men. And sometimes when I get drunk, I like girls. And
see, that's what I'm saying. She's the worst type of person. Because when that's like the confusing of the bitches. They're like, see, she only like me when she drunk.
That's why you have to deal with other girls like that, because you can't deal with the actual gay bitch.
That's a fact. Can stop calling them gay bitches. They're lesbians. We gave them the L for a reason.
Whatever. They know.
G is for the men. B is for the bi.
So girls can be bi?
I just said that. But you just said you're not bi.
I'm not bi.
So you were calling gay women...
Gay bitches.
Gay bitches. But they're lesbians. We gave them the L.
Okay, you want me to say lesbian bitches?
We want to go by terms.
Okay, so you can't fuck around with actual lesbian bitches, because I feel like that's fucked up.
Thank you. Be politically correct here, because the gays will come.
Coming from her. But... but I feel like you do with other gay bitches that are not really gay. Lesbian bitches don't know you're lesbian.
I really hate you.
I'm sorry. Look, let's just move on, because...
Okay, so my would you rather. Mine is more sensible because I'm the sensible one out of the two of us. I know it seems crazy, but I am. Okay. So, would you rather be on a survival reality show or a dating reality show?
Dating.
I would be on a survival one.
I know. I don't want to do work.
I just want to survive. That shit gives me a thrill.
Y'all know me. I like a very stress-free, calm, no
I'm saying you like shows like Love is Blind.
Yeah.
And I've never really was into those shows until you tell me.
You watch The Bachelor, and I don't watch The Bachelor.
You know what? To me, it doesn't feel like it's a reality show. It feels like it's fake.
I think reality shows are fake.
Interesting.
Reality shows used to be a little bit real, but now, girl,
like the real world. I felt like the real world was real.
The real world was real. Like just like the Kardashians, they reshoot the scenes. Like the scene where they found out Tristan was cheating, that wasn't really how they found out. They reshot the scene for dramatics. So it's like reality TV is.
I've always known the Kardashians were actors, but I know they were that good.
They're that good, girl. Because you really thought that scene, they were really finding out Tristan was cheating. But
I know I feel like they already knew Tristan was cheating, but it's like we all knew Tristan was cheating. Likes to pull for the Chloe guilt. I'm tired of feeling sorry for. At first, it was we had to feel sorry for Rob. Now it's Chloe.
Why do we have to feel sorry for Rob?
Because he was always overweight. We had to feel bad about that.
But wait, I didn't feel bad because he was fat.
I did.
What?
Because niggas never let us forget that he was fat.
Wait, why did you feel bad because Rob was fat?
Because they never let us forget it. Even on the show, they were like, yeah, Rob's been struggling. Rob's depressed.
Okay.
Well, like the show framed it like Rob was living the worst fucking life because he was fat. It had nothing to do with any of his.
Still fat?
I don't know.
Rob in years
because he's fat.
He's reclusive.
It's
living
because
off of mommy's money.
It's literally because he's the only one who has nothing to offer. So that's why they have to.
He had his socks. I'm just saying, he had something.
But like I said, they pull the Rob card and now it's the Chloe card. It's like first it's Tristan. It's like, oh, my daughter's too dark. I'm like, bro.
Wait, she said something about her daughter being dark?
No, because they said the people on the internet are calling True too dark. But I'm like,
when your mom's half black, of course you have another black
child. Shut the fuck up. Stop saying these rumors. See, this is the Chloe guilt that we have to go through. That's not her real father.
Her daddy is OJ. So when you have black and you have sex with a black man, you're gonna come out with the more black
and now
child.
I think we're on like the whole Kim guilt. Because I remember when in very early we did a what was it? Chloe guilt? Not Chloe. Yeah, Courtney guilt. When they were doing like the Kardashians, like when they had their own Dash store.
Yeah,
it was like the Courtney because it was embarrassing to see Scott. That was embarrassing.
Scott was an embarrassment.
They literally profit off of all their trauma.
They do.
The only person that's not dealing with shit is fucking Kendall. She's just there, existing. Like, what basketball player is she dating this year?
A stress-free life. Like, I love Kendall.
Like, she's in and out.
In and out, just doing her damn thing, just being cute.
Let me collect the check. That's why she's the least paid one out of all of them.
Is she?
I think so.
Oh, damn. They don't pay them equally?
I don't think so. I mean, for the show, they can't. There's no way that you're all getting paid the same amount for the show when I don't think they all contribute equally. I feel like Kendall is like probably on the bottom because she's not on the show as much because she doesn't have a storyline yet. And Rob, he just probably gets royalties because he's a Kardashian. So
yeah. Did you see Dream Kardashian?
I know she's cute though.
She's so adorable.
So let's get into some motherfucking wine facts. We get some motherfucking tea time. Tea time. So today, y'all, take a motherfucking photo because we doing a photograph. We are drinking a 2020 Pinot Noir. Did I write everything down? Absolutely not. Did a button come down? Absolutely it did. But one moment, we're still going to get into this. So this is a 2020 Pinot Noir. And it has 14% alcohol percentage. Ooh. We love that. It says, just like the photographs, these wines are developed with a winemaker to capture the distinct moment and place where each of these specifically crafted wines are sourced. I don't know exactly what that means, but I know that they have a Pinot Noir. I know they have a Cabernet. Because when I was in Target yesterday, I saw that they had all different ones and they all had different pictures. And I was like, that's cute. Because I feel like it's all the same name. So it's like...
Was it a picture of a bike behind?
It is a bike in front of it looks like it's like in Los Angeles. You know how like all the houses like look the same in that one place? But yeah, it's super cute. It's Central Coast.
Okay.
Is California Central?
I don't think so. Yeah. It's West Coast, right? Yeah.
So what's Central? Like where we're at?
Well, we're South. So Central would be like
Iowa area, but that's New Mexico.
Central is like Midwest. I mean, not Central. Iowa is with Midwest.
Yeah.
So Central, but I want to say New Mexico.
Honestly, good thing we don't get paid for our fucking opinions because we don't know shit.
Those are not opinions. Those are facts.
No, those are facts.
So I don't really know what Central is. I'm guessing.
I'm guessing
too. I know California is West Coast, not Central.
So let's drink some wine.
Okay. But no one cares about the Central countries. This is just South
countries or states.
No one cares about the Central.
We're showing that we really graduated 10 years ago.
Let's be real.
I like the color. It's not too dark.
I've just been an out of country bitch, so you know.
Excuse us.
Sorry, I was in Costa Rica like 2 weeks ago.
So. Anyhow,
it smells like it's strong.
Okay, cheers to another messy ass episode of Some Spill. Ow. I like it. It's sweet. It's actually sweet.
Okay. It starts off strong, but it softens up at the end. Yeah.
It starts off strong.
Yeah, to me, it starts off strong and then it softens up at the end.
I like it. You remember when we first started and all the time I brought like red blends and now I can't drink a red blend without wanting to throw up.
Damn.
So that's why I'm like always going between a Pinot Noir and Malort. Like I always try to make sure.
Pinots, those are my go-to.
Pinot was never one of my things, but now, you know, it's my jam. Okay. As the white girls would say.
Let's get into some motherfucking
tea time.
Tea time. So King was in jail over the weekend. When was it the weekend? I don't know when he went to jail, but I don't know what he went to jail for. That haven't even came out yet. I don't know. Yeah, and it's like the whole video. He's over here like when he was in the bathtub. I thought it was kind of weird to me.
He had another one outside of the bathtub when he was talking about it again. He was just like, "Y'all think that I'm trying to act hood? I X, Y, and Z." And I feel like black privilege when you have white privilege is a problem to me. Okay, because he has black privilege, but he has white privilege because his dad has money. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, I just feel like...
So what's his black privilege?
His black privilege is the fact that his dad is who the fuck his dad is, and his white privilege is because his dad has fucking money. Okay. So it's all one and the same leading back to his parents. Okay. Because it's like you have all that privilege and it's not disappointing, but it's like, what are you doing with it? Like, because it's like, we like seeing a good success story from people. Like, we like that you have a silver spoon. I love that you have a silver spoon. So it's like, what are you doing with that silver spoon? Like, Jaden, I feel like does a great job with his silver spoon. Right. Like, he gives back to the community. He has his own water. He has his own food truck where they give homeless people food, vegan meals. So I feel like when you have that type of access and privilege and platform, why are you trying to act hood? And I feel like that's a struggle that I feel like a lot of
Black people have.
Yeah, because for example, my brother, I always talk about him. I'm like, this man has never had a struggle a day in his life, but he wants to be hood so bad. He's never lived in the hood. He's never known what struggle looks like. He's never had to have a job. My mom's always taking care of him, make sure he was good. But he wants to sag his pants. He wants to steal BB guns and act like it's a real gun. And I'm like, why? Why do you want to have that persona when that's never reflected your life?
Okay, I feel you, sis. Yeah, it's kind of funny that he's running back to the hood that his dad fought so hard to get out of. You know, so I mean, at the end of the day, you lived in a rich mansion your whole entire life.
Facts.
There's nothing.
We've seen you on TV.
Yeah.
Singing with your brother, with your mother holding her in your lap. So I feel like we feel entitled to these opinions, even if they're...
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, when T.I. was saying is he's grown and he is going to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
So T.I. said himself, he's going to end up in prison. So if
T.I.'s been in prison
a couple of times. Right. So he's like, he got the same thing in him that he had when he was younger. So T.I. gets it. He's not going to stop till he learns his lesson the hard way. So there's always one kid like that. Because, there's the other ones and not really in no drama. They be chilling,
well, my two younger siblings, they're hoodlums, so I can't relate.
I'm talking about the other kids. Oh, the other kids are the older ones are.
But Damani, what is his name?
Damani.
Yeah, he gives me those vibes that he could possibly lean to that side.
But he doesn't though.
He doesn't. We don't know yet.
He's working hard to be a rapper like his daddy.
Right.
The girls, Major. We don't hear about Major.
Who's Major?
Major's the one after him, but before Harris.
Major is the last one, I think.
No, the last one is Harris, the girl.
Oh.
Major is before her. And the other sister, the OMG girls one, she's chilling.
Yeah, she's chilling.
The other girl, her name's supposed to D, I can't remember. She's chilling.
Yeah.
So he's
there is always that child. You're right.
There's always that one child that's just gonna have to act a fool, and that's him. And he gonna learn one day. He's young, whatever. His daddy got money. He know he can.
That's what I'm saying. The money gonna get him out of a lot of issues that most people couldn't get out of. Because niggas are going to jail for less shit and are still in jail for that
because they don't have the access to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. The white privilege, because white people can get out of shit like that real quick.
It's more about privilege. It's not just white privilege.
The white privilege, black privilege. That's what I'm calling it.
Yeah, it's just
trademark.
It's just a privilege because you got money. Because even if you black, like OJ, he got out of killing his wife and her boyfriend because he got money. Remember he said he ain't black, he just OJ. So
they said, that money privilege, if the glove don't fit, you must acquit.
Well, the glove did probably fit. He just got fat. Next motherfucking topic.
More pressing matters in the news across the world about baby daddies, baby mamas, and child support.
Not across the motherfucking world, bitch. Across our world. This is our black ass world.
I think this is a conversation that keeps hitting the internet, and I'm confused why it is. So I'm going to talk about the Britney, and you can talk about Tyrese, because I don't really remember the Tyrese video as much as you probably do.
It wasn't a video.
It wasn't. It was just a meme.
Yeah,
I don't remember that shit.
I remember shaving post.
I remember Britney Rayner, whatever.
I like her. She's cute. My one thing I was critical about her is I think she just toned it down just a little bit.
I feel like she had to tone it down before she made that book about all them niggas she fucked. Tone it down before that.
Yeah,
now
she gotta
just lay in your fucking bed, bitch.
She gotta tone it. Yeah, you're right. I wish she just toned it down a little bit because what she says a lot of times it's facts, but it's overshadowed by what she's done. It's also overshadowed by the fact of how aggressive she speaks it.
She speaks it.
Because her delivery is terrible.
That's not, exactly. Not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah.
And even if we relate to you, we don't want to see ourselves in you. So even if you are saying things that we feel, we don't want to agree with you because it's like, I don't want to look like a Britney Rayner ass bitch. It's not saying she's a horrible person or she doesn't take care of business, but it's like, imagine being compared to Kim Kardashian.
Well, Kim Kardashian is rich.
I know, but I'm saying in other aspects, though, you're only rich because of a sex tape. Yeah. You only fuck black dudes. I feel like the reason
Britney's black. So
I'm saying.
What are we talking about? Kim?
I'm saying being known. Only because of the things that she's done.
Because of the guys she's slept with.
Because I'm gonna say I remember there were this little. You know how they have those little what is what's the name famous for? You know, like when they go around the streets, when they do like those little street interviews.
Yeah.
They was like, what is Kim Kardashian's talent? And someone was like, And that's what I'm saying. I don't want to be known for not having anything, talent or anything attached to me outside of the fact that I had a sex tape that got released.
So you don't think Kim Kardashian is far removed from that sex tape?
No. Like literally, Kanye West said, "My girl a superstar," all off a home movie.
He said that years ago.
But like we said, he knew all these things. Like it's like he went into this shit knowing this. Like that's her claim to fame.
Question: with all these other guys who release sex tape, do you think they're still attached to it like Kim is?
No, women are slut shamed 10 times more than men are.
Yeah,
and we know
honestly,
that.
I feel like even though I am not a Kardashian fan. I don't support the Kardashians. I feel like Kim is so far removed from her sex tape now. I don't associate Kim with her sex tape. I do associate Kim with being overly sexual, posing nude on her reality show. But when I think of Kim Kardashian, the first thing that comes to my mind isn't that she fucked Ray J like 20 years ago.
I literally think of, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it.
So maybe that's just your misogynistic mindset.
And absolutely, I'm okay with that because I feel like outside of that, there is no real talent. The only person that's behind all this shit is Chris.
I'm not talking about talent. I'm talking about like the fact that she's
her as a person. There's nothing that I can think of outside of that.
So her makeup, her brand,
none of it is good.
Okay,
like when people do reviews,
but it sells out.
It sells out because of the name.
Her beats with Dr. Dre.
But I'm saying it's because of Chris. Chris is a marketing manager. Like she does that.
Yeah.
Like even with Kylie. Kylie ain't did shit but have a baby by a fucking rapper, and they were like, her makeup is so great, but then people are doing reviews like.
So you don't think Kylie was big before she had a baby with Tyga? Not Tyga. Which one should baby with?
Travis. Thank you. No. You know why? The only reason why her name was in anybody's mouth is because she was first dating Tyga, which was like illegal, illegal as fuck.
Yeah.
And then we were like, ugh, why is that happening? And then after that, she was like, oh, I got my own. Let me do makeup. Let me do this. But then it's like, she still wasn't like, in my opinion, none of the Kardashians to me are fashion icons or someone that I would look to and be like, I want to be like that. That's why to me, I'm always attaching them negativity because I feel like they get positivity for things that we already been doing. That I feel like that's probably why. Maybe it's me being a bitter bitch. I'm okay with that. I'll be a BB.
Maybe it's a little of you being bitter because me, I'm not a fans of these bitches. Like, I do not.
But you can give credit where it's due.
I can give credit where credit is due.
It won't.
Although I agree with everything you said completely, 100%.
But you can say it without being biased. And I'm extremely biased. And that's probably an issue that I'm going to have to deal with for the rest of my life.
At least I like a bitch who know who she is and don't gotta pretend that she is nobody else. But yeah, let's get back to our thing though. So Britney was receiving child support, right? From her man. And you felt that...
Her
I'm sorry, not her man. Her ex-boyfriend.
Ex-boyfriend.
And which was like $2,500 a month. Right?
Yeah, and she said that that's not enough and she's struggling in X, Y, and Z. And I was like, well, it's not really his responsibility to pay her more than that because a baby can live off of that. You can't live off of that, but a baby absolutely can.
Okay.
So you had a different perspective on that, though.
I do have a different perspective on it because we all know child support is based on income. And if the child was living with PJ, the child would be in a mansion.
Yeah.
The child will go into a certain school.
Yeah.
So because your child is not living with you, it has to be subjected to a lesser life. To me, I believe child support should be based on income because $2,500 is not a lot for a regular family because I know my niece's daycare alone is that much.
Yeah.
So if my nieces who lives in a regular normal life, her daycare is as much as the child support, how much more is someone who is in a higher lifestyle? You know, you want to live a certain lifestyle. You want to have your kids in the best private school. You want to have your kids doing the best thing. So I really believe that even though, like, for example, Tyrese, his child support to his child is $10,000 a month. Yeah. That is extremely high.
Yeah, it is.
A child getting $10,000, that's good living. But I understand why it's that much because you have a certain income. So because you have that income, your child is legally
currently making more than him. He has to be currently making more.
PJ's making more than he's Fast and Furious.
Well, I mean, but PJ's actively working, and I feel like Fast and Furious it gets royalties. But I'm saying PJ's actively That's why I would.
Well, I don't know how much PJ makes.
I don't either. So
maybe let's look it up.
Is he a bench rider? Maybe that's probably who does he even play for?
Let's find out. I don't know.
Don't you hate that we don't know who these people are until they have a baby by? Because no one was talking about Tristan until he had a baby by fucking.
What's his
Chloe.
name?
PJ PJ.
What's his name?
Wilson Washington. PJ Washington. Yes, I was right.
So what is PJ Washington's income? So apparently he makes between $1 to $3 million a year.
Okay.
So I feel like it's still not a lot, but it's more than enough to pay. I mean, his child support doesn't cover it. It does not. So Tyrese definitely making more money than that nigga.
Yeah, and because Tyrese even more so, he was like, I'm paying $10K. I should have, custodial rights on my child, which I feel like $10,000 is more than enough. Like, go with your fucking daddy. Like, please take this off of my fucking hands. So.
Yeah, $10,000 is a lot, but look, if you live in a certain lifestyle, then my baby gotta live it too, because that's your baby.
Facts. That's a fact.
So I mean, if you don't want to pay that much,
baby, daddy's maybe.
Yeah. If you don't want to pay that much money, then get full custody.
Fact. Honestly, literally.
And niggas don't be fighting for full custody because they know they want to take care of that baby.
And won't.
Okay. So
let's get into some more personal things.
Let's get into some more personal things, y'all. So I don't know if y'all know, but I was in Denver this weekend. And so the guy I was seeing, saw, came off like a lot of love bombing immediately.
Can we go to the beginning? How you were like, he's very considerate. He did this.
I'm going to the beginning. That's how I'm going to
but
get
you went to the end. Love bombing.
Love bombing was before I even came to Denver.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going from the beginning to beginning.
Okay.
So a lot of love bombing. I feel like he lied a lot. And I'm just like, I'm seeing all these red flags, but I'm still about to go see him. But he told me how he set his alarms at 6 o'clock in the morning, so he will wake up.
Oh, that was that nigga that said that shit?
So he will wake up before me to text me. We
always say niggas wake up and say 3 unprovoked lies for no fucking he set an alarm to tell you that
he set an alarm, right, to make sure he wakes up before me to tell me good morning, because he noticed I always say good morning first, so he wanted to make sure he says good morning before me today. This is the same nigga who was in my DMs forever, not getting no reply back. I sent him a demonic fucking voice note, right?
Talking about sent me $2,000 on Cash App.
It was actually $5,000 on Cash App. And then the next thing you know, he bought me a flight. So honestly, I should have known this nigga was crazy. But let's fast forward to the trip. So yeah, he was very considerate. When I came in, he got me some roses, chocolates, and a bottle. Like, a lot of like extravagant, like, here's all my cards out. Like, look, I want you type shit.
I love that.
And I love that too. And it was a lot of like, he was very, in the beginning showed me like, he was holding my doors out, being thoughtful, making sure I wasn't hungry, making sure I ate, like just making sure I was just good. He took me to get my toes done, like just all kinds of, he bought me AirPods, like just all kinds of lovey-dovey shit. And then like between one night we went out, and it was just excessive. Like, it's always like, you're going to be my lady, you're going to be my girl. Like, just telling me I was going to be his girlfriend. And I made it very clear, like, hey, let's just chill. Like, I'm a turtle. Like, y'all know, well, y'all don't, but you know me.
Yeah.
It takes me a while to know if I'm going to like you. So I don't like to rush into things. I just like, let's take it one day at a time. He wasn't feeling that. So as soon as I did not immediately be his girlfriend when he wanted me to be his girlfriend, like, it just changed immediately. Like, he became like such a dick, not even wanting to have conversation with me, shutting down. I'm just like, you're throwing a tantrum because I don't want to be your girlfriend after a week of knowing you. After a week of talking to you, I don't want to be your girlfriend, and you're just totally upset about it. And he was like telling me like, I'm a good man. I'm a good man. If like these black girls keep playing with my heart, I'm going to go to the dark side because you sisters keep playing with my heart. Nigga, go to the dark side. Ain't no one holding you hostage. Like,
he didn't go to the dark side and get murdered.
Like, I hate when niggas try threatening us going with white bitches. Please go to them. Like, dating a white woman does not bother me
at all.
What bothers me is when you have to put me down to these white women. That's what bothers me. But if you want to date a white woman, please, I am minding my business.
Yeah.
So it was just, I thought this man was considerate. I thought he was a good ass man. Like, okay. And the thing is, before I left, you asked me, are you willing to have sex with him? And I was like, yeah, if the vibe is right, I'm down. Like, I'm attracted to me. It's cute. So I really thought he was considerate, but the nigga wasn't, because he flipped. What did Drake said? I just flipped a switch. That's what he did, because I didn't want to be his girlfriend. I didn't give him no pussy. But the thing is, I walked in there was open to give him pussy. Yeah. But it's just like, nigga, you didn't wash your sheets. I can smell the condoms in your bed. You have 4 jars of lube. Why did you have so much fucking lube? Are you fucking niggas in the ass? I don't know. The lube just threw me off. 1 or 2 jars of lube, maybe one thing. But yeah, 4 jars.
And then she sent me a picture of his fucking kitchen, y'all.
No, the bathtub, bitch.
Child.
The bathtub was all these things makes a bitch not want to give you no pussy.
I just feel like any nigga that's not hygienic does not make you want to give you pussy. Because that I always go back to, that means your pH is off. Like, if you can't even take care of your house, how are you taking care of your body? That's all I can't.
Like, a dirty house will make my pussy dry. And that's what the fuck you get.
So that is the top of the conversation. What is a considerate partner?
What is a considerate partner?
Yeah.
So a person that's considerate is careful not to cause inconvenience or hurt others. So what do we, not just dependent on that definition, but our definition also, what do we consider a considerate partner?
I consider a considerate partner as someone that takes the time to get to understand you, to love you as you need to be loved accordingly. Because I feel like it's very considerate of someone to know, if my love language is this, I feel like you are catering to that specifically. I feel like you can't date me like you date other bitches. So being considerate is you taking into account of traumas, how I communicate, how I love. I feel like you take a compile of all those things and you do those things for me effortlessly. And I feel like that's very considerate, because you don't have to do that.
Okay.
What do you consider?
I don't really have much to add, because you've said everything. I'm just going to pretty much repeating what you said. Yeah. But yeah, I agree with you. Like, especially to me, a considerate partner is someone who loves you the way you want to be loved.
Yeah.
You take that into consideration. Like, and someone who knows, hey, like, she doesn't like pickles on her burger.
So you
make sure there's no pickles on her burger. So stuff like that. I don't really have much to add, but that is a considerate partner.
Do you feel like you're a considerate partner, and why?
I think I'm a considerate partner. I think I am very attentive to what my partner wants and needs. So I will do things according to your wants and needs. I don't treat every guy I date the same. I treat them the way they receive their love. So yeah, I consider myself considerate. What about you?
I feel like for a while, I don't think that I was considerate. I feel like I was dating everyone the same. And then I realized the difference of what it's like for someone to date me to cater to my things. So I feel like
while you were dating everyone the same, did you expect them to date you the way you wanted to be dated?
Absolutely. I'm a hypocrite. The fuck we talking about? But now that I'm being more considerate, I don't always expect that from people. Like, because I'm like, I expect this from a nigga, I expect this, but I don't give that to them. So I'm like, because like I said, I'm a trick. So how I show, I do an act of service. I buy you some shit. And it's like, that's what I'm saying. I'm always buying niggas shit, and just this one thing, like, oh, this and this and this, because I'm that kind of person. But instead of catering it to them specifically, I'm like, okay,
because some niggas don't need you to buy them shit.
They don't, or don't want you to, or don't need you to do it for them.
They want you to do something else for them.
Yeah, exactly. So I have to cater my love to them. That's why I turned my phrase of what it's like to be a considerate partner. So I'm like, I haven't been, but I'm starting to be.
Amen to that.
Growth, bitch.
You know what that is? Growth. Shout out to Issa Rae.
So, give us a personal experience of someone you dealt with that was not considerate.
I had a very, very, very inconsiderate boyfriend. And this nigga still harasses me to this day. Like, he just harasses me, was it a week ago? No, like 4 days ago, actually. And this boyfriend I don't even understand why I dated him for as long as I did. Maybe because I was just like infatuated with how fine he was. But sometimes they'll do that to you. Like, you would keep a nigga because he has good dick and he's fine, and knowing that he's not even just it, but because he has these qualities, you ignore the bad behavior. So anyways, this nigga till this day, like, just do some real inconsiderate shit, like calls me at 4 o'clock in the morning.
That's very inconsiderate.
and keeps calling me. And then when I block him, calls me from a different number. Just like clearly I'm not trying to engage with you. Like, I don't want to, we used to argue all the time. Like, I don't want to argue. I'm in this part of my life where I just want peace. I don't want drama. Life. I want soft life. You know, like, I just am so far removed from the drama that I used to involve myself in. Like, even on Twitter, I don't be arguing with people no more. I just be minding my business.
Twitter is like really hard for me to just get with. I can't get to you with Twitter.
Yeah, I've gotten accustomed to this okay life. Just say okay and move on, you know? So for him to just keep rearing back and just keep doing the dumb shit. And I'd be lying to this nigga and say, look, I have a man and he don't want you calling him. He told this, you know what he told my man? My imaginary, he said, fuck you and fuck that cracker. Huh? My imaginary man not even white.
Maybe he just felt like the only thing that would be like better than him is a white man. So he said, fuck him, because I'm here again.
I'm back.
Men cannot fathom you getting another black man. He said, she has to do with the white man, because no black man gonna do her as well as I did. Could it not?
That inconsiderate ass nigga.
And I feel like I have a similar experience because my like most recent ex-boyfriend was like the most inconsiderate person I've ever met in my entire life.
Most recent as in yes.
Was he?
I thought he was considerate.
I feel like he was considerate when it benefited him.
Okay.
So when I say, for example, because we're gonna get into it later, but I feel like he's inconsiderate because like when we were talking about the one thing, like when you explain to someone what a problem is and they don't do the due diligence to fix that, but they'll acknowledge that they're doing it. They know they're doing it.
Apologize.
Exactly. And because backstory. So he was a person that was very in tune with his friends. Like he was like, cause he went to jail before. So he was always like making sure he was checking up on his friends, sending his friends money, like he would go fucking 9 to 20 fucking yards for his fucking friends that he was in prison with. Granted, you was in prison for like 9-10 years. So I understand that was a big portion of your 20s. So I'm not mad at that. I invite it, but it's like you're on the phone with your friends for 2-3 hours, but you couldn't pick up the phone and call me once in a day, but it'll take 3 hours to call me, like to text me back. And I feel like that's inconsiderate to me. Ooh. Because I feel like,
didn't we talk about how men, do you think he's one of those guys who they are sexually attracted to women, but they don't actually like women?
And maybe that might be a thing. I don't fucking know, but I
because that's kind of giving. No, how are you on your phone with your homeboy?
Trust me. I've dove into all those thoughts.
Okay,
but I removed myself from it because I'm like, let me just be objective. But it's like I explained to him not once, not twice, but 3 times, and I literally said, I don't feel like I'm a priority to you. I said, niggas will call you at 6 o'clock in the morning. You'll answer it, because you know they're in prison. You're like, well, I remember people like taking care of me when I was like in prison. I'm like, I get that, but I'm right in front of you. I'm trying to love you. I'm trying to this and third. I can't do anything with a fucking Android because you're like literally on pilot mode, only making sure everyone else is good. And so he's like, I'm gonna fix it. I gave him like 2 weeks, did the same shit, and the next thing you know, we broke up. Because he was still doing the same shit. And I was like, we can break up if you want to. He's like, well, I feel like you are a priority, but my actions are showing you that you're not.
What?
That's what he told me.
What?
He said, he said, I feel like you're a priority to me, but my actions are showing. He said, my actions are showing you that you're not.
So you are fully aware of what you're doing.
Fully aware of what you're doing, but you have not changed your behavior.
But you don't care. But
and you know what I told him?
Is it because he felt like you're not worth it to change?
I don't feel like I'm not worth it. I feel like I'm absolutely worth it.
You are worth it, but did you think in his mind you weren't worth it?
I feel like maybe some people don't want to take that work. Yes, maybe he might have not thought that working a little bit harder, but now we've seen on the backlash that you still missing a motherfucker. So yes, now you see that I was worth the shit because you dealing with other shit now and you over trying to fuck up my peace. Yeah. So absolutely, and when you're in the moment, he probably didn't feel like it was gonna get to that point where like it was gonna be choosing if I was a priority to him or not.
I don't understand why men date women. Like I don't understand why it's always up to us to do the due diligence to make sure they like us. But why can't they just date women they actually like?
Yeah.
Why do I have to make sure I'm not getting tricked? Why can't you just not be a tricker? I don't understand that.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, if you knew you didn't have the capacity to be a boyfriend, don't agree to be a boyfriend. Like when we had, because Sammy, you know how many conversations I had with this man. I'm like, are we dating? He's like, I've been your boyfriend. I'm like, since when? Like you never asked me, you never did anything. So yeah, I've been your man. And I feel like I keep running into men that don't ask me to be their girlfriend. They just tell me I'm their girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I go with it because I'm like, I mean, the shit we doing.
This is very much relationship.
Very much relationship. And I'm not doing it with nobody else. And I don't care to do it with anybody else.
Yeah.
So I fall into those situations. But I'm like, maybe I need to change something in my patterns. But you know, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm good where I'm at. So we're not going to get into that too deep. But yeah, niggas will know that they're doing wrong and don't do anything to change it and be okay with the circumstances.
And be okay with it.
So I hate inconsiderate niggas.
Okay, so like we want to get into how people sometimes think they're being thoughtful when they're really not.
Considerate.
Okay, think they're being considerate when they're really not. Yeah, I ran into a situation recently when I was dealing with this old dude, and I just felt like, you know, you should, you know, call me more, you know, and I'm just like not really picking, but I'm just like, you know, bringing it up because I felt like you should.
It's important to you.
It's important to me. Like, is it something that you're willing to work on, or if not, like, let's not do this anymore? And he was just like, well, you know, we can just. He's like, okay, cool. Like, we're not doing this anymore. And I'm just like, hello, like, why don't you just fix it? Like, you rather just us not talk anymore than to.
No, continue.
Okay. You rather just us not talking to more than to just fix what the problem is. And maybe that's your way of thinking you were considerate.
And I was going to say, yeah, remember when I was on the phone with you, I'm like, maybe he's like, you said you're good, because you told him you was good on him.
Yeah.
So it was like, he was like, okay, well, I respect your decision.
Yeah.
I'm not going to push it. Because how many times do we say, we hate a nigga trying to make something that's not? Like, stop trying to make fetch happen. So he heard you in that moment, and you said you was done with him.
Mm-hmm.
But you wanted more out of him when you told him you was done with him.
Yeah.
Like, we are a walking contradiction.
Sometimes we are. Because sometimes we just want you to fight a little bit. You know, sometimes.
I want to see if you got some bark in you.
Sometimes when we say we done, we're not really done. We just want you to fight just a little bit. But he did not fight. He just said, okay.
He did not. He said, you say you good? Okay, I'm good.
Okay, I'm good. So maybe he thought in his mind he was being considerate. But in my mind, I was, no, bitch, you need to work harder.
Yeah. But I feel like that also might go to us as well. We need to say what we mean and mean what we say. Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of women,
we don't say what we mean.
We don't.
We want them to figure it out.
Not even just figure it out. We sometimes just want. I feel like we want to feel in control sometimes. We want to feel like the ball is in our court.
Yeah.
And so for saying that we're done with you, we want you to like kind of beg.
Yeah.
Like,
we want you to beg
because niggas in the 90s were never too proud to beg.
Yeah.
But niggas in 2000s already got 3 girls they waiting on them. So they just like.
They don't care no more. Just how the women have evolved, the niggas have evolved.
Exactly.
Too.
I saw this meme who was like, I can't wait till this nigga's, bitch's nigga fuck up because I want her so bad. It's like, because there are people in line because the easy access to humans, we're just like, we don't appreciate or live in what should be appreciated. And I feel like some situations are worth working for or fighting for. I'm going to speak of a situation. I'm not going to speak too extensively of it, but I had a friend who had someone was extremely considerate, but then until he wasn't. And then she kept holding on to the fact that he was so considerate in the beginning, and she wasn't allowing to realize what he did in the moment showed his true colors. Okay. And I feel like consideration, like we said earlier, can just be gone just like that. Like, one day you like somebody, the next day you don't. And when you don't, you really fucking don't. So it's really not that hard to read between, like, don't read between the lines. When someone says something, I know we're saying like hypocritical, but just stand on it because you really never really fucking know. Because you're like, you said you was good on him, but you wanted him to fight. Yeah. But I feel like when a man says it, just listen to it and just let it ride out, because trying to fight for something that's not there is it's kind of like borderline delusional. Exactly. That's why you just like, okay, let it go, you know. But like sometimes fighting do work. Like, I don't know. Sometimes it does work. Sometimes it doesn't. I guess. Just depends on the person. It depends on the person. So what are the differences between being thoughtful and considerate? Because sometimes I feel like people use them interchangeable. Because earlier you were like, what about being thoughtful? I'm like, no, it's considerate. Yeah. So, okay, speaking of being thoughtful and considerate, I'm sorry, this has something to do with what we're talking about, but let's talk about the never nigger. Did I say NR with the hard R? I think I said it with the hard R. The Denver nigga. So this is how I knew the nigga was crazy. So I corrected him, right? Because he said something about, and I corrected what he said. He's like, do you always have to correct me? Yikes. And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, you correct me a lot. And I was like, so do you want to go through life just being wrong? I mean, you have the tendency to correct people all the time. I do, but do you want to go through life just being wrong? Some people just think that opinions just hold weight, even if they don't.
But it's not even an opinion. It's like he was saying someone who's a rapper was a singer. I was like, no, he's not a rapper. He's not a singer. He's a rapper. I forgot what rapper he was talking about, but he kept saying, oh yeah, he's a singer. He's a singer. I was like, no, he's not a singer. He's a rapper. And that's when he was like, do you always have to correct me? I was like, well, he's a rapper, not a singer.
You don't have to always correct some people though.
But I don't want to go through life. I like to be corrected. If I say something wrong and someone corrects me, it doesn't bother me. So,
but not everyone is like you.
I know.
I just want to put you into the mind of someone that doesn't like being corrected all the time. I feel like let us live in our fantasy. We might be wrong. You just
want to go through life being wrong?
Who's to say that we're wrong? If I think it's right,
a rapper and they're not a rapper, they're
like if they are let's be real nowadays. Let's play it out. Most rappers are singers because they be trying to do the auto.
Name like 3 rapper singers that are current right now besides Drake.
Okay, Kanye West, a rapper singer.
That are current right now. When was the last song he made that's rapper singer?
Are you fucking serious? Kanye West just made a fucking song not too long ago.
What song was it?
I don't fucking know, right? I can't think of it. I've been drinking, bitch. I can't. But rapper singers, I'm saying. Lil Wayne raps and sings. And we're not saying he does it well, but he does it. Kanye West and fucking Kevin Gates.
Yeah,
Future.
Kevin Gates is current.
But I'm saying, but all 4 of them, I feel like most rap. And if we're gonna be real, Trey Songz, he's a rapper singer.
He's an R&B singer that also
raps. And same for Chris Brown. It's very common.
It is common.
So when you get those facts, you're like, maybe.
Yeah.
Even Burna Boy thinks he's a rapper singer. Let's be real.
He's a rapper who sings.
That's what. Mm-hmm. But you see how you try to differentiate it to making sure that you're right?
No, but he is a rapper who sings. And Chris Brown's a singer who raps. And Beyonce's a singer who raps.
Samantha, but do you hear yourself though?
I hear myself.
But they're one and the same. Can they not be interchangeable?
Yeah.
But when he said it, you have to make sure he's like, no, he's a rapper. He's not a singer. He's a rapper that sings. That's what you remember. But that's what you said.
I don't even know. I don't remember who he said.
Okay, but I'm saying, you're saying he's a rapper who sings. You're like, she's a singer who raps.
Yeah.
But music is all music.
Okay.
So like when T-Pain raps, he's a singer that raps.
T-Pain's a singer who raps.
But when Lil Wayne does it, he's a rapper who sings. Mm-hmm. When Future does it, he's a rapper who sings.
Yeah.
So it's interchangeable though, because music is music.
Okay.
I know you don't feel the same, but I do. Because it's like, how can you really judge an art? Because what if one person likes one more, but they get more play on one? Because fucking Nicki Minaj does this shit. She was singing on fucking Pink Print. I'm like, bitch, you got it. You got it. Cardi was fucking singing.
Yeah, but I categorize them by what they do mainly, not what they do on the side. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not how I categorize you. That's your side thing. Drake is the one person I can say does it equally. But for most of these artists, okay, Kevin Gates, I think Kevin Gates kind of does it equally too.
He does it equally.
He does it very equally.
So does Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez
does it equally.
Ooh, what is Tory Lanez? I think Tory Lanez is a singer who raps.
No.
That's what I give him.
I think he does it both because he does them all the time in all the songs. Mm-hmm. Like,
I categorize him more of a singer though. Yeah.
There we
and
go.
Nicki Minaj, I think she's a singer who raps. And I think she's a rapper who sings. And I think Cardi B is also a rapper.
Of course.
And I feel like Meg Thee Stallion is also a rapper who tries to sing.
I've never heard Meg sing. She probably was.
She does sing in her song.
It felt like she was talking. She wasn't singing to me.
You ever heard Cognac Queen?
I did, but that wasn't a sing.
Mama, yeah.
That sounded like she was like doing it in a higher octave.
Sweetest Pie?
So what?
What about Sweetest Pie?
Sweetest Pie. Oh, I love that song. Loving your life. I think it's because of the genre she was in. She was trying to be more.
But I'm she. I'm
talking. Talking.
But yeah, back to, because I was going off about that nigga.
You did.
So that had nothing to do with him. But anyways, the nigga was crazy. That's besides the point. I was texting people. He was like, who are you texting? Who you on the phone with? Girl. Yes.
I mean, after a week, I don't know what you expected other than to be murdered when you got to fucking Colorado. So, I'm glad you're actually here in one piece.
Why did you expect me to be murdered?
I always think a worst case scenario. I don't ever think that nigga gonna let me out of something alive if he don't like me.
I wasn't expecting
niggas' egos are bigger than them caring about going to jail.
No, for real though.
So, it is. So from you to tell me, you was like, yeah, I'm only talking for a week. I'm going to go see him. I'm like,
Yeah, that was a little bit crazy, but it was an experience. I had fun.
One thing about Sam, she lives for experiences, not for her life. So.
I live for experiences and experienced, and I will never do it again because I came by blocked again.
2 out of 2, y'all.
The nigga blocked me before I
like, I'm like, let me do a baseline. Most niggas that Sammy talks to are not in Houston, and after she goes and visits them, she's blocked.
I only get blocked when I don't give them pussy. Let's be real.
So
let's be real.
Are you the Black Widow of flights?
Bitch, pick up your fucking paper. I feel like guys feel entitled to pussy after they spend amount of money, and when you don't give them, they get upset.
I mean, but niggas get more pussy for less, though. Let's be real.
Agreed. But the thing is, you have to, whenever you don't get pussy, can you reevaluate why you didn't get pussy? Because I came in willing to have sex. Mm-hmm. But you changed my mind. So it's like, what did you do to the bitch to feel like she can't fuck you no more? Didn't ever think about that part. I mean, if I came in, I was like, oh, I'm on my period. I can't. Like, if I did that, that's fucked up. But I feel like
that's always my go-to.
I'm on my period?
Yes, because if that's your go-to, and
that wasn't my go-to.
I mean, that's always my go-to. I even bring pads with me, and I like put them in. So when they trying to rub on my vagina, I'm like, oh no, I'm insecure.
Yeah, I don't go to any fly out with the mind that I'm not gonna fuck.
Oh, I always go when I'm not gonna fuck, and if I bust it open.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas,
if I'm getting flown out, I want to. It's because like, okay, I'm down. But,
BTF.
Yeah, but if I go there
great days.
and I no longer fuck you, can you reevaluate the things you did?
2 out of 2, like I said, she's been blocked. So the next nigga that block her, you are the problem. That's all I gotta say.
I'm not the problem. I wasn't the problem.
Accountability. It goes both ways.
So you thought I was a problem?
I'm not speaking of the situation. I'm speaking in totality.
I'm talking about this situation I just passed.
Honestly,
was I the problem?
I don't think you are, but maybe, yes, you are as well, because you didn't get to know him well enough to see if you wanted to actually go and see him in person.
Okay.
So I feel like just take a little bit of the accountability.
I can take that because I was just thinking about the free trip.
And did, and now you're blocked, bitch. Okay, let's get back to what we was talking about, because Sam was talking about how long this episode was going to be. So being thoughtful and considerate, what are the differences? Because we use them interchangeably, but they're actually not interchangeable.
Okay, so thoughtful people are intentional with their action. Mm-hmm. You know, thoughtful people are gonna, like I said, you know your girl don't like pickles on her burger? She gonna make sure.
But you said that as inconsiderate, though.
Well, like you said, it's interchangeably. So that's also being thoughtful. Is
Okay.
So thoughtful people are intentional with their action. Thoughtful implies providing little attentions, offering services, or in some way looking out for the comfort or the welfare of others. It was thoughtful for you to send flowers. So I guess thoughtful is more, it's hard because I want to say thoughtful is an act, but consideration is also an act too.
Yeah.
So I guess thoughtfulness and consideration is just synonyms.
Maybe, but I feel like they said that the reason why you're considerate is so you're not hurting someone's feelings.
Well, consideration implies sparing others annoyance or discomfort.
Yeah. To be considerate, you're doing it for their feelings.
Yeah.
We're being thoughtful because you want to intentionally show them. So I feel like that's the difference.
Okay.
But we don't know that because we don't fucking.
I mean, that makes sense because thoughtfulness is showing them that you're present. You're present. You care about them.
But considering it means that you at least care about them enough not to hurt their feelings.
Yeah. Or to make their life easier. Because consideration is also acts of service.
But being considerate does not always mean that you're thoughtful.
Right.
But being thoughtful means that you are considerate.
Mm-hmm.
That is so weird. Why does that work like that?
Who knows? So
what are some traits of being thoughtful?
So there are some thoughtful traits. Someone who opens the door for you.
That's very thoughtful.
I think that's being thoughtful. Thoughtful people pay attention to detail. For example, someone who remembers exactly what you order. I said this like a couple times already, but like I think like that's one of the thoughtful things. It's like, you know that they like blueberry muffins. You get them blueberry muffins in the morning. Like, I'm like, oh, that's just so thoughtful of you, baby. You know, so pussy. Mm-hmm. Like that type shit. Thoughtful people, like I said, are intentional with their actions. They are doing stuff because they know you like it and it makes you happy. So, you know, hey, I'm going to do it for you.
You know the most thoughtful thing that my nigga's done for me? He has like a whole list of notes of things that I like, my favorite color, my favorite foods.
That's thoughtful.
That's so thoughtful. I'm like, nigga, you love me like that? Like, not you having a whole list of notes. I'm like, 10 out of 10.
Would recommend.
Mm-hmm. So what's another one?
I said my 3.
Oh, those are your 3? Oh, wow, that was fast.
Yeah.
Okay, so traits of being considerate are being intuitive of others' needs, like already anticipating their needs without like them actually asking for it.
So we gotta be like Raven. We're gonna be psychic. Remember that video? This girl was like, I know my man and I know what he needs before he even says it. You know,
yeah, remember the little
it drains me, but I just love
I would never put a man's needs before me, never again. But you know what? Thank you for the advice, bitch. I love that. And that's what a considerate person does. They put others' needs first. If you're considerate, you're trying to make sure that they're good, so you're good. I don't want that for me. I'd rather you be thoughtful. They mind their manners. People that are considerate are always thinking of public perception more than they're thinking about how the end result is. So those are my 3 when it comes to traits of someone that is considerate.
Okay.
So do you personally think that it's hard to either be considerate and or thoughtful?
Do I think it's hard? Well, based on me, I don't think it's hard. But some people, it might be a little harder for them because some people just raised off of survival, you know, and some people are raised in loving environments. So I feel like if you're raised in a loving environment, it's not hard for you to be considerate and thoughtful because you had people that was considerate and thoughtful to you.
Yeah.
So that is easy to also show to other people. But if you were raised off of survival mode and like, for example, Pedro from the family Chantel.
Yeah.
He was raised off of survival. He
is not considerate at all.
He is not considerate or thoughtful at all.
Like he literally just go mode.
But he was explaining how he saw his mom use his dad. Mm-hmm. He said, I was raised off of love as being using someone.
Yeah.
So he was like, do I love Chantel? Or do I do I love her because I want to use her? Mm. So when he said that, I was like, damn.
That's true. People only go off of what they know.
What they know. And us being raised in this country, we don't have to feel like we need to use people to get what we need.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Me, I don't feel like I have to use anyone to get what I need.
But you always say if you're not useful, you're useless.
That is true.
It doesn't matter what level, what you're using someone for.
Okay.
They're serving a purpose. It doesn't matter if it's like, oh, I'm using him for sex.
I think, you know, when I'm thinking of using, I think when it's not, I talk about mutually beneficial relationships.
Using is never have to be negative unless you have nothing to offer. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So when I'm talking about, but when I say that, if you're not useful, you're useless. I'm talking about mutually beneficial relationship. I feel like
sex is the only mutual thing that people can have together.
Yeah, if that's mutually beneficial on both sides, then it's not using to me.
It is still using though.
Okay, to me, in my opinion, using is being a parasite. Mm-hmm. So to me, Pedro is a parasite to Chantel. Mm-hmm. You know, she had to take care of him. You know, she is legally, you know, obligated to take care of him for like the next 10 years, whatever it is. Yeah. And he knows that. So he, you know, wakes up, gets an apartment without telling her, takes out money without telling her. He's doing things that are parasitic. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't feel like it's a mutually beneficial relationship. That's why I feel like he's a user. Mm-hmm. So whenever two people are using from each other, but they're both gaining, I don't see that as being used like a user because that person's also gaining. Clearly,
what she gains in that situation is love. So he might be using her to be up in life, but she's using him for love because if she loved herself enough, she could open her eyes to it. Yeah. Because honestly, it's like if we can see it as viewers or X, Y, and Z.
But we're seeing it now. In the beginning, when I first watched 90 Day Fiancé,
I never felt like he loved her.
I did. I didn't feel like he was using her.
And this is for me, just for the woman that I am. Uh-huh. Any person in your family that's allowed to disrespect me openly, publicly, that's not love.
Her family was disrespecting him too, though.
But that's what I'm saying. It should never go both ways. I feel like it should be shut the fuck down. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like if you know someone I'm going to marry, this is what I love, you should at least modify and or like have those conversations in private. You shouldn't be so publicly being able to disrespect each other. Yeah. So for me, from jump on, I was like, it's giving, she wants fame, she wants love, and she wants control. Okay. Chantel loves control. And that situation, environment allows her to control. Mm-hmm. So she's gaining from it too. Okay. Because she looks like a boss ass bitch with a lying ass nigga though. It don't matter how it looks. I mean, but let's be real. Like you give what you get, but you get what you get back. Okay. Like I feel like they're both gaining something, but they're gaining different things for their different needs.
Okay, that's not how I see it. I feel like Chantel definitely fought for her marriage and fought to be staying with him. But like he said to her, and I feel like that was Pedro being very honest in that moment. Like, I see love as gaining from you. So,
and that's what he does.
Yeah. So that is very inconsiderate, in my opinion.
Very inconsiderate, in my opinion as well. Mm-hmm. I think it's harder to be considerate because it's like, like you said, you always have to think about yourself. And I'm not saying I lived off of survival, but it's like being thoughtful takes an extra step of learning someone. Yeah. And we don't like learning every person that comes in our life. We just like maintaining what we know. Like I said, when I was dating everybody the same. I'm maintaining just being a trick. I can do what I can do. Yeah. But I'm only going so far.
I'm only going so far. Don't take it too
crazy. I'm only going so far.
I'm only going this far. That's it. If you want,
but being thoughtful means that it's like, so it's like, it's hard to be considerate. Because being thoughtful, it's like, it's when you love someone and you're taking all this extra So actually, maybe it's harder to be thoughtful. Actually, they're both fucking hard. Honestly, we in this world alone, we gonna die alone.
So if you're trying to be a more considerate partner, but you don't really know how, we're going to give some tips on how to be a considerate partner. You want to go first?
Yes. For me to be a considerate partner, you have to listen to understand and not respond. Another way that you can be a considerate partner.
You said listen, answer, and not respond?
Listen to understand, not respond.
Gotcha.
So, that's a really good way to be considerate because a lot of people just
listen to answer.
Yeah. And
I do that sometimes.
And we all do. So I feel like for anyone to act like they don't is kind of like, that's inconsiderate.
Yeah.
So what's one for you?
Y'all know me. Plan a trip. I feel like whenever you plan a trip for your nigga or your female, your woman, that is such a way.
You say considerate, but I feel like that's thoughtful.
That's
I'm not doing this for every person I'm considerate about.
I'm not planning a trip for no one that I'm considerate about. So yeah, that's considerate to me.
Thoughtful.
Okay.
Thoughtful.
Considerate.
Okay. Another way to be considerate is do things with genuine intentions. Because if, for example, today me and my nigga went and got some fucking McDonald's fries. And the people in front of us got, they paid for our fries. So we paid for the people behind us. Mm-hmm. But they didn't even tell us thank you. And so he was talking about the entire time, like, damn, these things didn't say thank you. And
are you doing it for the thank you?
And that's what I told him. I said, do it because you can do it and you're happy to do it because we're paying it forward. Don't do it because you're waiting for applause. And he's like, yeah, that's right. So if you're going to do something considerately, just do it out of intention because you genuinely want to do it.
Right. And this is a thing that I feel like most relationships work on and that we don't do is thank them for what they're doing in the relationship. You know, sometimes I notice a lot. Sometimes the guys just want a congratulations. Sometimes a nigga just want to be like, hey, I see what you're doing for me and, you know, I appreciate you. Thank you. And that's enough for a man.
Yeah. Have you seen the movie Malcolm and Marie? It's on Netflix. It was only with Zendaya and John Washington David or something like that.
Okay.
David Washington. And literally the entire movie they had a whole argument.
Oh, you talking about that black and white movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole argument. The only reason why they had an argument is because he didn't say thank you to her.
Yeah. And that when he won. Yeah.
So that in short is it.
Yeah, that's important.
Another way to be considerate is do not do tit for tat. Don't be like, I'm gonna do this for them so they can do this for me.
Oh yeah.
To be considerate is, like I said, to go back to be intentional and be genuine, because it's like you are not gonna always get a praise for what you do. You don't get a gold star for being a good father. You don't get a gold star for being a good friend. Just do it because
do it.
That's who you are. Yeah. If a person is not a good friend to you, it's not a nick on who you are. It's on, that's just not what's built in them.
This is an art that is way lost. But you know what? I feel like if you appreciate someone and they're doing good for you, write them a love letter. What was it? I've never...
These are getting very much thoughtful.
Okay. Well, I haven't gotten a love letter since like...
I'm going to write you one. Because I love you. It doesn't have to be romantic. It's platonic. I absolutely love you.
I feel if I need to defend it.
Because I saw the look on your eye when you did. The lashes were lashing like...
No, I was listening to you. I was like, why did you feel the need to defend a love letter? Yeah.
And even I feel if it was homosexual, maybe it was.
Girl, I don't care. There's no need to defend writing me a love letter. I feel like you might have felt like you might have felt a little gay.
I felt like the look you gave me made me feel like I had to defend it.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. I'll let niggas know I love you.
Yeah. Okay. So
Amy got me pregnant right now.
Is it when I give you a crumb coochie?
I feel it growing.
Let's get some motherfucking questions. My question to you, girl, is...
Question to us.
Why? Okay. Why do you think consideration and empathy is something so many people lack?
They lack it because we're in a very individualistic, capitalistic environment. Mm-hmm. Because if you're not thinking for yourself, it's like either, like we always say, cheat before you get cheated on. It's like we always think about ourselves before we think about somebody else. That's the only reason why I feel like we're in this situation, because we lack that, because we weren't taught that. My mom never taught me to be considerate. My mom taught me to live. She taught me to survive. She told me to get a job. We weren't taught to be like, for example, I keep giving examples for my nigga, but he has 2 kids and they don't share. So he always keeps buying them 2 of the same thing. He said it doesn't matter about the quantity or the quality or the quantity of it. He said they got to have the same amount of everything. So when I bought them gifts, I bought them the same amount of gifts. It doesn't matter if they cost the same, but they have to have the same amount of gifts. It's because we're taught that it's mine. It's mine. It's mine. We're never taught to, interchangeably be that. Why do you feel that way?
Honestly, I really don't know what it is. Why we people are just so not lacking. Yeah, I feel like it's just, honestly, it's since the beginning of time. Like just today, I saw this person post on Twitter of this girl getting ran over. And no one stopped? The family of the person who was getting ran over was like, hey, this is my cousin. Can you delete that? And they're like, fuck your cousin. Like stuff like that. I'm just like, honestly, if I posted a video of someone getting ran over and the family member, the person said, hey, that's sensitive, delete that, I would delete it. I wouldn't say fuck your cousin. Like, so I don't understand the lack of it. I guess because it's in the internet, so it's easy to be mean.
It's very easy.
But it's just like, damn, like just because you wouldn't want to see your family member getting ran over. So it's like, have that sense of like, okay, I'm going to respect it.
Like we said earlier, we don't like black trauma. We said we don't like when people are black getting killed on the internet.
So respect that.
When have I ever seen a white person getting killed on the internet? Outside of like a kindergarten shit with that one.
It wasn't a white person.
No, I'm saying like we never see the actual faces of people that are getting killed if they're white. Yeah. But black people we see getting killed all the time.
So that's why you think that other black person was just like fuck your cousin?
Yeah, because it happens all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Like I honestly, black, white, orange, blue. If no one wants to see their family member getting harmed, so if someone's their family member and they're like, "Hey, chill out," I don't understand the whole "fuck your cousin" thing, but like, you ain't gotta have to say that. Okay, would you rather have a considerate but poor boyfriend with a little dick, or an inconsiderate rich boyfriend with a big dick?
I think it matters more to me about the content of their characters. So I can deal with a broke man not wanting to. I might have to have a second boyfriend. They must have to be my boyfriend. I might have to be able to have a rich nigga, but still have someone that cares about me. Because I feel like the older I'm getting, I told you, like sex with substance means way more to me than it does with just having, whatever.
Okay, so you're considering the small dick nigga that's poor but considerate.
Yeah, absolutely. They're both my boyfriend at this point.
You want both of them. You want the rich, both inconsiderate nigga with the big dick and the considerate small dick.
I'm not going to be fucking him. I'm probably, because if he has a big dick, chances are he's probably fucking other people. So he's rich. So he can just afford me and my broke boyfriend. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next question. I don't know, because that's hard.
Bitch, don't ask me hard questions you can't answer.
That's really hard. A little dick considerate poor nigga, or a big dick inconsiderate rich nigga.
I feel like you like the money, but I feel like you like the consideration. I feel like you gonna say both of them too.
That's hard, because I like the money.
Bitch, you asked the hard question, so you answer it.
But the consideration is also very important to me. Like, I want to be treated right. I want a rich nigga who treats me right. I just don't. Damn. Look,
the question is, why can't we have both?
We can't have both.
So why you always make it seem like we can't have both?
I'm not making it seem. This is just a joke. This is not real life. My real life, I have both. But
and do and will
and will. So I don't know. Because I don't know. The poor throws me off. Like, I can take a little dick that's considerate, but you being poor, the poor
does definitely add another layer of.
It adds another layer that's gonna make me pick the inconsiderate big dick nigga that has money, only because I know I will never actually like him as a person. Mm-hmm. So I would just use his money. So I'm gonna choose the inconsiderate big dick nigga with some money.
Okay.
Yeah. My last question is consideration something that can be taught while in a relationship?
I think it absolutely can, because I feel like you never know someone. So with learning someone, you're more considerate of their feelings. Like you said,
you think you can teach someone to be considerate and they can't go, like, this person isn't going into a relationship being considerate, but you are teaching them in a relationship to be considerate. You can do that.
I'm speaking for platonically. I'm speaking for us, because you said a few episodes back, you would speak to me in blunt, like, Mm-hmm. And so when I told you how it makes me feel, you started being more considerate of how you said it to me. You said the same thing, but you're like, hey, Ami.
Yeah.
I love you. Don't take this the wrong way. This. Mm-hmm. But you still were being considerate of my feelings. Because before you'd be like, business and this is separate. I'm like, it's not separate. It's not. Because in my opinion, it's not separate. Because if I can't trust you as a business partner, I can't trust you as a friend. Okay. So I feel like as a business partner, you should understand, as your friend, I'm going to take it one way. So you're like, it's not the same. I'm like, but it is when they're like thoughtfulness and consideration. They are interchangeable. So for me to be your business partner, I have to be your friend. Because not to say our business, and I'm not going to say it right now, but it's like, you remember you was like, if there was not a space where we could be friends, we couldn't be business partners. Right. So how is it not the same when you talk to me?
I'm not disagreeing.
No, I'm not saying you're disagreeing. No, I'm not saying you're disagreeing, but I'm saying that's why I put them together. So it's like when I'm like, hey, I love you, talk to me like this, because that's how I can understand it to make you feel like I hear you. Right. But if you tell me just straight like, Ami, do this, I'm like, bitch, I love you, chill out. Like, I just want to hug you right now. Like, can we find it a way that where I can understand it? So I feel like it can be taught because consideration doesn't stop. And thoughtfulness is the extra step on consideration, but consideration is like you're considering someone's feelings. Okay. Thoughtfulness is you're on top of their feelings. You're just like, right. Crumb pussy, which she gave me. Mm-hmm. That was very thoughtful of you to give me a crumb pussy. I didn't think you were going to do that for me. To be considerate was to give me a hug, but to give me a crumb pussy on top of that?
Was thoughtfulness.
Yes. So do you feel like it can be taught?
I feel like it can only be taught when the person's willing to learn.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah. If I was just like, well, bitch, I don't give a fuck about your feelings. Like, I'm gonna say how I'm gonna say it, type bitch. Then it wouldn't
work. But I feel like consideration.
But because I was open, I was like, okay, I'm a person that I'm very big on
being coachable.
I'm very coachable because I feel like I don't feel like I should be stagnant. I always want to be a bigger, better, better person. So why would you ever go to tomorrow being the same person that you were yesterday? So that's why when I give correctness, you're like, why? But with me, like, I take it in. Like, you telling me, hey, you can do a better job of doing this. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right, bitch. I can do a better job of doing that. And I will try to do that better job.
But also goes back to how people take criticism. Yeah. Because I take criticism very well. You take it very well. I do not. And we know I don't. And I'm like...
But you should, though. Because you don't... Why would you want to be stagnant?
It doesn't make you stagnant because you don't feel like what you're doing is wrong. If someone understands you and they know the capacity of what you can do, it does not mean that you're not growing. It just means that that's just... Not saying it's just who you are, but it's like it's literally that's just who you are. Yeah. And I'm not saying I'm above learning, but I feel like sometimes criticism is not always stem from criticism of the person. It's about how someone's perception of you is. Because I might be wrong sometimes, but some people know. Like, example, my nigga, I would say left when it's really right. And he starts laughing because he knows I'm wrong. But he's like, she probably means right. Mm-hmm. It's like just a joke, but it's like, I know when it's more serious content, it's like, bitch, get together. But I'm like, it's sometimes not even always intentional that someone is ignorant. It's just, a life of bliss. They probably, you have also think about someone's life upbringing. My entire life being a child, I was always criticized. So as an adult, I don't like being criticized.
Criticize.
I gotta put me first, Lucius. I gotta put me first. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. You gotta think about it.
Criticized, bro?
I don't think you were, because you were a baby. So you were never given that.
I think I was criticized a little bit.
Not too much, though. I feel like when you said it, your criticism was always in comparison to your sister, not like the person you were.
No, I wasn't criticizing compared to my sister.
Comparison, not criticized.
Compared to my sister is our skin tone.
Okay, so
but not like
comparing, not criticized. But yeah, I've been criticized my entire fucking life. So as an adult being criticized, it's kind of like, am I in grade school? It's like, it's not about me growing. It's just like, I've worked so hard to be the person that I am. Being criticized is kind of insult to me because it's like, I built who I am. I literally shaped myself around everyone else's opinions of me and projections of me. So as an adult, I'm like, I think I'm doing a good job. But I'm like, yeah, I hear you. I'll take note of it, but I'm not going to change who I am. If I'm wrong, if the world is really round and I find out when I die, I'm going to find out when I die. But I'm going to keep saying it's flat until I say it's flat, even if I'm wrong. I will get fucking proof right now that it's not. And I'm going to keep saying it because it just fits my personality of being wrong.
All right. Well, thank you for taking on this journey with us. Yep. It's supposed to be an hour and 10 minutes, but it's ended up being an hour and 20, maybe an hour and 15. Who knows? But this was really a good episode. We learned, we loved, we laughed.
We did.
If you haven't already, follow us
on all social media platforms at the Rest and Spill, except Twitter, which is
Sip and Spill 1.
And why I leave is a 5-star rating because we're some 5-star bitches. And don't forget to follow the Recip and Spill shop and fucking shop and send us shit for our fucking sip and reviews where you send us shit and we review it. Period.
I sip wine, kick my feet up when I get tired. And as I recline, take another sip, let my thoughts unwind. Sipping and spilling it. Sipping and spilling the tea. Sipping and spilling it.